Is anybody plugged into the thing? Yeah. This one. Okay. Where's the other one at? Okay, somebody got me one of those. Be live right now, so. Yeah. What? All right. Let's clap it up. Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of UPK. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana, Priest and Officer 5000 Kasarpakai. We in the building, man. Northern California, Richmond, California, the Bay Area. If you're in the area, 2213 McDonald Avenue, tap in. We online. We on all social media platforms. Like, share, and subscribe the video. In the class, we got what? The Feast of Purim coming up March 2nd and March 3rd. We'll be doing the opening here in the building. And then after that, we got the Lord's 7th annual Passover here out there in Houston. All right. So it's a commandment. It's in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Do everything you can to get to Houston and serve the Lord with brotherhood and sisterhood. All right. Let's go ahead and start it off. Any questions? Questions in the room, questions online, go ahead, type them in the chat. Yeah. So let's say you got any articles? You know I'm putting you on the spot, but go ahead. We're gonna start getting prepared like that too. You know what I mean? Send me a couple of articles or some stuff we might need to go over before class starts.
It says Sean Grayson sentenced to 20 years in prison for killing Solomon Massey.
Damn.
According to TMZ.
So he got 20 years?
Sir.
Okay. I don't know how to feel about that. Is it what was he sentenced with? He wasn't given life, huh?
No.
So what does that mean? He's probably gonna do like 10 years.
That's what I was saying too.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I don't know if it's either federal time or state time. Usually for state time, he does like maybe about 60% of the time.
Right.
And then it's federal.
He's already served probably about a year, 2 years. So 8 years from now, and then he'll be out of there. Let me see something real quick. Yeah. Let me see something if I can determine how I feel about this. On the one side of it, it's it seems like it's a step forward from the years of Rodney King, where they beat him on camera and got released. From the years of Trayvon Martin getting killed and he got released. Philel Castile, who else is the brother in Eric Garner in New York? You know what I'm saying? The list can go on. The brother in Baltimore, I think they got killed. Freddie Gray. You know what I mean? It's countless brothers. Emmett Till to, every nigga since the days of goddamn Caesar. You know what I'm saying? There's been millions of us that have died at the hands of these oppressors. So to see one go to prison at all would appear to be a win, but something in me, this story, can you look up Fate Winslow from Louisiana? Fate, Fate, Winslow. This is why, you know, I just can't celebrate that. Put it on the screen. What does it say? All right. Put Louisiana man life fate Winslow. See what comes up. You got it? Go ahead.
This is from a news channel.
Mm-hmm.
Recently freed from a life sentence, Fate Winslow fatally shot in hometown.
Damn, I didn't know that part. When did that happen?
2021.
Okay. But what's his story?
So he was released from a life sentence only to be gunned down months later.
Mm-hmm.
We profiled Fate Winslow earlier this year in KATC investigation.
What you got?
2008, Winslow was arrested for possession of marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
It was worth about $20.
Hold on. Slow it down. Winslow, I got it on the screen here. Winslow was arrested for how much worth?
$20
worth of marijuana, weed, right, Reed?
But since it was his fourth offense, it cost him a life sentence.
They gave this brother a life sentence for $20 of weed. And what year was this?
2008.
2008. They had cannabis clubs in California, dispensaries, people getting high and living their life. Snoop Dogg, famous for all the weed. Wiz Khalifa, he might have either been coming out or just came out. Alexa, when did Wiz Khalifa drop his first major mixtape? You know what I'm saying?
Wiz Khalifa dropped his first major mixtape, Prince of the City, Welcome to Pennsylvania, in 2005.
Oh, yeah. Wiz Khalifa been out. You understand? Bone Thugs and who else was making? Cypress Hill. Make a million songs, millions of dollars talking about weed and smoking weed. This nigga was doing life in prison for $20 a weed. And this devil shot Sonia Massey like a goddamn dog, and he's gonna get 20 years in prison with opportunity for parole and to go see his family and still get another job and probably become a effing ICE agent. You understand? I can't celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? I pray to the Lord the moment he gets out that the angels do away with him or whatever happens to him in prison. Hope them brothers, you know what I'm saying? Pray to the Lord. Yeah, I ain't gonna say the brothers. You know what I mean? Don't touch that devil. Let the Lord and the angels give all the evils and curses upon him. You know what I'm saying? For taking our sister's life. Salakia, go ahead, sir, please.
Salakia, I think I believe, I don't know if it's true or not, but it said that he had got cancer.
The killer? Yeah, the murderer?
Yeah. The devil, he's saying that. I think he wants people to feel sorry for him though, but he said he got like 6 different cancers.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Organs. But I don't know if it's true or not, but
Get the Lord in. You're right. Right. Yeah. That was a ridiculous one. Yeah, seeing that one, that one messed up my day. You know what I'm saying? The sister said something about Yahushua and started walking, and he shot her down like she's gonna put some water on him. You know what I mean? He came in there with those intentions, and just shows you once again who these people are. Matter of fact, before we get into a couple of precepts, let's get what do I want? Give me Lamentations 4 and 17. Did I? Okay, I got one. And we see this to this day.
So you said 4 and 17?
Correct.
Oh, no. This is the book of Lamentations. chapter 4, verse 17.
Nice and loud.
As for us,
Mm-hmm.
our eyes as yet fail
Mm-hmm.
for our vain help.
Right. We look for vain help. That's what, brothers and sisters, somebody's celebrating this. At least he going to jail. At least he doing some time. The Bible says an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. That devil deserves to be put to death. He had no reason to harm that sister and take her life. The only thing that he could repay her life being taken away is his life, because it was completely wrong and it was criminal for him to do that. That would be justice. But we wait for a vain help. Read.
In our watching,
Mm-hmm.
we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
We have done what?
We have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Right. This nation cannot save blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The nation that can save us is the nation of Yasharallah, the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes that were given the laws, statutes, and commandments under one king, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. That type of behavior is not going down in the kingdom of heaven. You understand? Keep going.
Come, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
They hunt our steps.
They do what?
They hunt our steps.
Who was called a cunning hunter? Y'all know? Who does the Bible say would be a cunning hunter? Go ahead.
Esau.
Man, you understand? Esau is a cunning hunter. General Muhammad is always talking about on Black Watch and America on Fire that they get this, what's that called? The goddamn, that excitement they get from a hunter's high or some type of, it's almost sexual in the way when they kill a deer, when they kill an animal, they get this, oh, it's called buck fever. You understand? Like they get a joy and excitement from killing and murdering that only a sick person would. They're cunning hunters. They hunt our steps. You're walking home with Skittles in your pocket. George Zimmerman is hunting your steps. You understand? You're going home with your daughter in the back seat. Philando Castile is being hunted by an animal. You understand? That sister called the police to her house to ask for help because she was in fear, and that devil saw a deer in the woods that was an easy kill. And he got high off of murdering one of our sisters, man. They do what? They hunt our what?
They hunt our steps.
Mm-hmm.
That we cannot go in our streets.
Right. But this time is soon to an end, man. They hunt our steps that we can't go in our streets. It's very ironic. Tomorrow they're going to be protesting ICE all across the nation. People are not going to work. Why are they not going to work tomorrow, ICR?
It's like the white woman was killed.
Correct. And a white man was killed by ICE. Did y'all heard this? At this point, it was 9 other people that have been killed by ICE.
Right.
And no one did nothing about it because they didn't kill what? I know the obvious answer. They didn't kill Edomite, but what's the other answer? What didn't they kill? Go ahead.
It's like, so you mean from their perspective?
Yeah, from their perspective.
They didn't kill a human being.
There you go. Get a brother here. They killed an animal. They killed something that's 3/5 of a human. They killed the spick. They killed the savage. They killed the nigga. You understand? That's why they use these terms, these bywords, and these proverbs against us in Deuteronomy that we find out, because it's easy for them to destroy us as if we're not human. And, you know, they only get upset when they see a fellow human being killed or animal they like. I'll say that. If it was a panda bear, good night. They would have been started rioting. You know what I mean? They damn near would have started rioting before then with Renee and this other the Edomite that got killed. All right. But let's drop that. And let's go to one more. I like Isaiah and 30. Let me stop it and we go to our breakdown. Anything else in the news? Okay, please, sir, please.
Yeah, if I could, just to speak on, white men and, how much of the devil they are, and they love killing, just like what you had brought out about the what you call it, buck fever?
Yeah, buck fever.
The buck fever, they enjoy killing.
Right.
That's why when they go to the army, you know, they don't experience PTSD. You know, like blacks and Latinos do.
Right.
Blacks and Latinos experience more PTSD than white people.
Yeah.
By you know, they white people dealing with it 14% and blacks, Latinos 22%. You know what I mean? So you know, they love that, you know, going and killing and, you know, doing what they do over there, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's how you know that they, you know, they love to kill and how much of the devil they are. That's how
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's not in our nature. You know what I'm saying? I remember it was a video, it was a gang member, I think his name was Glasses Malone. He did an interview on Breakfast Club. And he had a couple people with him, and they was talking about shooting and killings or whatnot in LA. And one dude was like, I had to like be high to go out and do these shootings and killings. And the other dude was like, I you know, people be trying to brag, I didn't have to get high to go and do this and do that. He was like, I don't know how you could do it not being high. You know what I'm saying? Like, as us, we have to get out of our mind to go and do things like this to harm each other and get high. The average brother's on pills, on weed, on something, drunk, you know what I mean? Cocaine, whatever it is. Sherm in LA, they smoke them Sherm sticks in order to go and do that manner of evil. The white man would do it for free, for fun, for a picnic. They used to have barbecues, and this is from a child, you know what I mean? And go out there and enjoy watching someone kill and murder, you know what I mean? And the only time that we will do something like that is when we in defending of our family. We will celebrate that you harm this person to protect your family. You know what I mean? But we've learned this evil, this whole thing going to Chicago with the drill and celebrating, you know, killing your enemies and all that. That's not our culture. That's the things we learn from our oppressor. You understand? You got something, Izor?
It's been it's like it, sir. It's been reported that George Zimmerman, the person who killed Trayvon Martin, he is now effectively homeless, jobless, and living in hiding.
Okay, I might celebrate that a little bit more. Okay, I like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because he got away in their court systems with the Lord and the angels is catching up with him in the real world. You know what I mean? And so the only thing next is I'm sure he's on drugs. They didn't report that part. But there's going to be a lot of manner of evil that comes to him. That's almost worse. You know what I'm saying? For him to be free and to be given $100,000 to sell the gun that killed Trayvon and still end up poor, to still end up homeless. Like, that does more damage to a white man's spirit than sitting in protective custody, getting letters and zoom and whams for the next 10 years. You understand? You got something, sir? I see you think about it.
Was it 100?
They gave him 100,000, I think, or more than that. It might have been more than that. It might have been more, huh? Alexa ain't gonna tell the truth, but we ask her. I don't know who George Zimmerman is. Come on, Alexa.
Just forget about it.
Exactly. She don't even want to work. She did. This bitch is amazing. Alexa. She is. She didn't protest. Don't ask me about George Zimmerman. I'll start asking about. She hears us talking. Let me think about some statistics. How many black women have had an abortion in the past 10 years? Alexa. Talk about the negative shit about us. She know how to work. You talk about the white man. Alexa is the devil the Bible speaks of. Even though we're gonna have her in the class no more. We got to get rid of that shit. Salakia for my language. All right, Alexa. What are the estimates of the auction of the gun that George Zimmerman used with his attack on Trayvon Martin? How much money did he get for that gun?
George Zimmerman sold the gun used in the Trayvon Martin case for $138,900 in July 2024.
Alexa, stop. So yeah, 140 million. We thought that he was just bragging. It turns out he really needed the money. That devil didn't have no job. But all right, what we got with our precepts? Oh, go ahead, sis.
So like this, sir. He also sued Trayvon Martin's family in 2019
Damn,
for $100 million.
I never heard that one. What did he sue them for?
Basically damages
For the fight.
and stuff like that.
Wow. Yeah, you got to be a special kind of evil. But it's not surprising. You know, y'all know that the oppressors got reparations for us getting free from slavery. They got paid for us getting free from slavery, for them losing their property. Right. So it's the same spirit, you know what I mean? But that's why they deserve what? Double for what they did to us. Right. Because they always wanted more. They always wanted extra things beyond what was the punishment, beyond what the Lord wanted for us, beyond what is right and just, and it's just pure evil. All right, give me Isaiah 30. And then I want another one in Isaiah. I think we'll go to. And then,
verse 1, sir?
Yep.
Everybody got it?
Go ahead when you got it.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord,
right,
that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
Right. The Lord said destruction is going to come to the children of Israel that take counsel, but it's not counsel of the Lord. This is your Christian pastor. This is your Christian church. These are the people that want to love and be up underneath your oppressor. Destruction is going to come to them. Like the cat we seen after the slavery. He wants to find a way to serve the Lord and save Edomites. He wants to find a way to serve the Lord and not follow the laws of the Lord. You understand? Woe unto them. Read it again from the top.
Woe to the rebellious children.
This is a rebellious children. We tired of being rebellious here in the UPK. You understand? We had hard heads just like everybody else. We had a stiff neck just like everybody else. And the Lord showed us that we cannot go against God. What Jay-Z said, your arms is too short to box with God. I'm tired of fighting against him. It's one thing when you live in your life and your curses start coming against you, and then you start reading in this book and realize that we've been fighting this fight and we went into captivity for breaking his laws. Why would I go through these things again when I can just serve him and obey the laws of God to get out of this destruction? And that's the thing we pray for our people, because I used to read it a lot starting in class, that we can fix all of the problems in the Black, Hispanic, and Native community by following the laws of God. It seems so simple that it almost doesn't make sense to somebody that's wise. You know what I mean? And that's why the Lord says that he'll make them foolish. The wisdom of this world is foolishness in the sight of the Lord, because they think there's some mastermind way to fix the Black community when it's very simple. Obey the laws that you find in the book of Deuteronomy and Leviticus and Numbers. All right. You got something out? Oh, go ahead. Woe to the rebellious children. Read.
Oh, God. Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Right.
And that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Verse 2.
Right. That covering, that protection, we want to have protection up underneath this nation. They showing you day in and day out, the people on the news, the people that run this country. Donald Trump took down things that were representing Black history and Black culture and put up statues to commemorate racist Confederate terrorists. These people went against the American government and died to destroy the American nation, and he puts statues back up for them because they were racist and they hated Black people. You understand? So what do we think? When war pops off, the American government is going to stand up for you? The soldiers going to want to come and protect you? The police and the military are going to want to come and serve and protect you? They don't serve and protect us now. You understand? So a rebellious nation looking for these people that cannot save us. Anything else on that? What does it say?
That walk to go down.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that do what?
That walk to go down into Egypt.
Now, what does that mean, young troopers? What does that mean?
Sorry.
Go ahead. You might want to finish it off a little bit more, read a little bit more, you get the context.
That have not asked at my mouth
Mm-hmm.
to strengthen themselves. It's like, sir, if I
Mm-hmm.
may,
Go ahead, please.
it's like saying like the Stockholm syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to go back into captivity instead of learning the truth.
Right. Give them a hand. Yeah, we walking and go back down into Egypt. Then when Moses got them brothers and sisters in the wilderness, brothers were complaining and wanted to go back and eat the flesh pots in Egypt because it was comfortable to be a slave. It's hard work to be free, right? We talk to our families, and especially with the sisters, sometimes it's difficult to see a brother come into the truth and the sacrifice of the time of one-on-one time and being with your family and going to the movies and holding hands and going to places with your children while brothers come into the school and do the work of the Lord and build up the school. But it's easy to live your life as a regular American, enjoy the fruits of the sacrifice of the soldiers that built up America, right? Because when they say they went and died for your freedom, they are right when they're talking about white freedom. When they're talking about the soldiers that they were mad at Colin Kaepernick for taking a knee, in our nation, it would be the same thing. Like, could you imagine some Edomite in the nation of Israel talking about, I don't want to stand up in the room when Yahushua walk in? We cut your goddamn it. What you mean? When the priests and prophets come in, I don't want to honor them when they come in the room. Devil will cut your goddamn head off if you don't stand up or bow down or kneel or do whatever the hell we tell you to do. You understand? These brothers gave up their life to protect our nation and our kingdom. That's what those soldiers did for America. They go to Iraq, they'll stand in a hole, piss on themselves, stay up all night, you understand? Get into shootouts and die and come back home in a wheelchair with no rod, no eye, because they love their people and their nation and their country. So when we kneel against them, they're offended in that. You understand? Who is going to do that for us? Who is going to go sit in the hole for the children of Israel? Who's going to wait and be away from their family for years at a time in order to protect the lives of the people that they love in their nation? It's the priests and prophets and the soldiers in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, man. You understand? So we may not do it 3 years at a time. We may not be sitting in the hole right now. We may not be in shootouts right now. But the brothers that are willing to do that are right here in this school, man. And so our warfare is not carnal. Our warfare is going to camp. Our warfare is doing class. Our warfare is posting on social media. Our warfare is doing interviews. Our warfare is having food drives and clothes drives. Those are the things that we do to fight against our oppressor. And if they gonna be like that to do the work for Satan, I'll be damned if we're not willing to do that work for the Lord. You understand? So that same zeal that they have, we have to up it and even be better than them. You understand? All right. So let's go to the next precepts. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 7. Let's start at, matter of fact, go chapter 6 and start at verse 57. We're going to come down. We got a few verses in here. Right now, the title of this class, once again, is World War III Part 2. If you Google World War III on the Google search, on the news, 2 hours ago, matter of fact, can you pull something up, Isaiah 1? Put World War III in the news and let's see. It's like you might as well just spin the wheel and pick an article about World War III because they're talking about it every goddamn day. You talking about LeBron James and his son scored 3 goddamn points the other day. What else is going on? Christian Rock is dropping gospel music. You understand? You know about that. You know about baddies. Why you don't know about the real baddies? Trump versus Xi Jinping and Putin. Them is the real baddies. They is a bunch of bad bitches fighting. You understand? That's what they doing. They is getting real catty right now. and it's going to change the world. But which one are we gonna go to?
This is an article, Arms Control Association. Who is really gambling with World War III?
Damn.
Arms control today. During the high-stakes February 28th Oval Office meeting, when United States President Donald Trump tried to bully Vladimir Zelensky into accepting a pro-Kremlin formula for ending the war in Ukraine, he accused the Ukrainian president of not wanting peace and claimed he was gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
Right. I wonder what like the spirit behind that, and maybe Officer Yawasat can help us out. Like, what is the spirit behind that when they keep saying gambling with World War III? It's like, go ahead, you want to take a shot at it, Trooper?
It's like, sir, is it like they're trying to intimidate? Kind of like say like, yeah, like trying to intimidate.
Okay, I think so. It's definitely a part of it.
It's almost as if all of them are bluffing, but the bluff becomes, just a matter of time at this point.
Right, right. I definitely see that. That's definitely a part of it. You want to take a shot at it, sir, please?
Yeah, so they gambling with World War III. Everybody know how serious it is. Everybody sitting with nukes and and know how dangerous these chemicals and this this weaponry is. You know what I mean? So nobody wants to go to war. Nobody wants
right.
Nobody really wants, especially if you got a bazooka and I got a bazooka, you won't really want to use it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you will. You absolutely will, because you don't know, But so what it is, everybody don't want to go to war. They don't want to go to war, but that's why the Lord is going to push them to war.
Right.
They're trying to bag out of it because they're trying to eat off of Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians forever. You know what I'm saying? This is their kingdom.
Right.
Them eating off us, you know what I mean? Us being at the bottom of the totem pole, you know what I mean? It's their kingdom. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they don't want to lose that. They know that if they go to war, that's over with. That's over with. World War III happens, you know what I mean? That's our Independence Day. That's Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians Independence Day.
That's right.
I mean, right. I can't wait for it, man.
Right. Sir, that's it right there.
They know the stakes of World War III. And,
right.
They scared. They really cowards.
Exactly. Like a good way to visualize what's going on when they keep saying gambling with World War III and gambling with this and gambling with that. In the movies where it's like they get into the warehouse and it's like they meeting up and they trying to do some business, but then one cat pull out the first gun and put it on somebody, but then the person immediately pulled the gun on him, and then everybody else start upping they, you know what I mean? So as we all standing here, we like this, and it's like, all right, if we can talk it out of here, we can all go home. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody busts that first shot, somebody dying. You know what I mean? And I didn't come here to die. I wanted to do business. But it might be me, it might be you, it might be him, it might be 10 of us, it might be 5 of them. But once that first one go, it's on. You know what I'm saying? So you gambling with this is like Trump keeps pump faking. He keep pulling, you know what I mean? Like he's doing this, like, hey, I'll shoot you, I'll pop you. And it's like, yeah, but these other cats is not without guns in here too. You can't just keep pulling out your gun acting like you won't get shot back. You know what I mean? So they don't want this war. I'm gonna read this part of it and then we'll keep going with what the brother got. Y'all heard about the doomsday clock? Right. Okay. So I'll read right here. The doomsday clock. Let me go to the article a little bit above. The doomsday clock has just been set at 85 seconds to midnight, nearly 80 years after its creation. The time represents the closest the clock has ever been to midnight. This year, the group highlighted the growing threat of nuclear weapons, disruptive technology such as artificial intelligence, multiple concerns about biosecurity, and the persistent climate crisis. The doomsday clock was created in 1947 during the Cold War when the U.S. and the Soviet Union were at war, in the Cold War. It is in essence a symbolic representation of how close humanity is to the destruction of the world, with midnight symbolizing the moment when humanity will have rendered the earth uninhabitable, so nobody will ever survive. Last year, the hands were moved to 89 seconds to midnight from 90 seconds set in 2023 and 2024. So that's heavy too, because 5 seconds is major. They went from 90 to 89 in 1 year's time, 1 second. But this year they went from 89 to 85. They moved it up 4 spots because it means it's getting even closer and it's not going the other direction. So it says, due to insufficient progress in addressing or regulating global challenges like nuclear risk, the climate crisis, biological threats, disruptive technologies, and disinformation, every second of delay in reversing course, the members reported, increases the likelihood of global disaster. And it goes into this, even closer to midnight. Instead of heeding this warning, however, the United States, Russia, China, and other major countries have become even more aggressive and nationalistic this year. Like the Lord is putting a spirit on them to not turn away from destroying the planet Earth, but to get even more closer to destroying the planet Earth. This is their words. This is their news. We go out and say this on the street since 1969. You understand? I was talking to y'all earlier. I'm like, it's almost crazy for you not to believe what we believe here in the truth. You understand? At this point, you still care about who wins the Super Bowl? Like, this is crazy. This is the General Muhammad and how, like, learning from, like, I'm trying to wrap the mind, my mind around somebody that is literally more angry that the Niners are not in the Super Bowl this year, that the Raiders for sure didn't make it. You knew they wasn't going to make it. Like, somebody is pissed that the Cowboys are not in the Super Bowl this year when black people have been losing the game of life. Hispanics have been losing the game of life. We've never won the Super Bowl. Since the days of Solomon, we've lost every Super Bowl, every goddamn. Don't you want to win that? Don't you want to celebrate that? Don't you want that trophy of winning in life as a nation? Stop waiting to get a measly win of a devil getting 20 years for killing one. Like, what type of win is that? How about she not die? How about their people suffer? You understand? We are celebrating the win of losing. You know what I'm saying? Now, at least I tackled that nigga. Nigga, you lost by 45 points. What are you talking about? That you would hate that team member that came home like that. He like, yeah, man. The quarterback depressed, the wide receiver mad about to beat his girl, and just one player over there like, yeah, I got 5 points though. Nigga, are you on the same team as us? Did you know that we just got embarrassed in front of the world? What are you celebrating for? You understand? Somebody's going to be more mad that their team didn't make it in the Super Bowl and not pay attention to none of this stuff that we are facing World War III, and millions of people are going to die. Billions of people are going to die. And the clock is getting closer and closer and closer. You are out of your goddamn mind if you don't want to listen to what we teach here in the UBK. Right. You understand? All right? What the Bible teaches. It says, and other major countries have become even more aggressive and nationalistic this year. The dangerous trends in nuclear risk, climate change are pretty much saying the same thing. So that's that. I'm going to drop this article. What you got, Izar? You going back to the World War III article? Was there anything else in there? All right. So once again, let's go to 2nd Ezra. 6 and 57.
Oh, I can got it.
Okay.
This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 57.
Mm-hmm.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have never been reputed,
Which have ever.
which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us.
What does the word reputed mean, ICR? We went over that, yep. Think about the root word. What other word comes out of there?
They're reputable.
Mm-hmm.
This is
What's another word for reputable? You have a bad.
They have a reputation of being nothing.
Right.
A reputation of being dogs.
Get that for the hand. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, these Edomites, these Moabites, these Elamites, who have a reputation as nothing, read,
have begun to be lords over us.
Like when you look at a playground, you look at the little children on the playground. You watch any playground in America, you put blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans on that playground, and you put other nations on that playground, you should see who runs the planet Earth. Who should be running the planet Earth? You're going to see them little kids run the playground yard and be the best at whatever the hell they doing out there. But for some reason, when we become adults, that same cat that you was bullying, that white boy whose lunch money you was taking, is going to be telling you to get out of the car and put your hands on the steering wheel and to, you know what I mean? Put your fingers together and walk backwards. Is that Daniel? Daniel, it did not. Okay, for sure. Yeah, I see how it is. These same heathens that were seen as nothing have become to rule over us. Keep reading.
And to devour. 58.
Dang.
But we, thy people,
Mm-hmm.
whom thou hast called thy firstborn,
Right.
thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
Good night. Like the children of Israel, the Lord says we're the apple of his eye, his firstborn, his fervent lover. Like he has a passion for the children of Israel like no other nation. Keep reading.
Verse 59. If the world now be made for our sake, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
Right. That's how it feels being in the truth. You see the greatness of our people. You see the glory that comes with being the Lord's chosen. It's confusing of why we don't have an inheritance with the world. Why these nations rule over us. I'm telling you, Akim, I've seen and dropped off Moabites doing Uber and Elamites, East Indians, and they cannot figure out how to open the car door sometimes. I'm like, how the hell do they make $200,000 a year? They just natural, simple things they can't do. That's why they're like almost like savants. Y'all heard of that word before? Where they had a movie, y'all too young to know, Raymond or something like that, counting cards. He had a brother that he grew up was retarded, what we would say. You know what I'm saying? But he was intelligent for counting cards. He took him to Vegas, Tom Cruise, and was making money with his brother at an old age because he was a genius. What was it?
Oh, it was that movie called
Rain.
21.
It's called Rain Man, I think. It's called Rain.
It was another movie called 21.
Okay. Right. But they were counting cards. But this movie, the brother was like mentally, they had him in a goddamn mental ill hospital. But he found out the brother was actually very intelligent when it concerns to counting numbers. So he used that skill to go and scam the system in Vegas to count cards because his brain was like a machine. But you have a conversation about anything else, he can't do it. You just sit here and talk to him about regular stuff, he's going to just keep saying the same thing over and over again. He's going to be drooling damn near, you know what I mean? Something's wrong with him. But he's highly intelligent. That's how I feel about heathens. Like they can figure out how to make a microchip and they can figure out how to do some science and math, but regular things, they don't have it all there. You know what I mean? But somehow these people are ruling over us. Keep going.
Right. Going to chapter 7.
Come. So this was Ezra talking to an angel and wondering When is the time gonna come? Why are we in this situation? Keep going.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me an angel which had been sent unto me the night afore.
Right. So the angel that talked to him before came back to the prophet Ezra, and he's giving him he's communicating with his brother. All right.
Verse 2. And he said unto me, Up, Ezra.
You gotta read that one strong.
Up, Ezra.
Most High in Christ, right?
And hear the words that I come to tell thee.
Right.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Speak on, my God.
My power, you know what I mean? This is showing you that word that they always use. He's talking to an angel. This is my power. This is the Lord speaking to him through this angel. Keep going.
Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place.
This is a cut for those, Christians that want to say Christ was my God. Okay, so is he the same as the Lord too? Because they're going to say when they talked about Christ, I think Thomas, when he saw Christ, he said, oh, my God. You know, see, Jesus is God. Him and him are the Trinity and the Lord and the same. Okay, we'll pull this precept. Is this the same thing? That angel is not the Most High. You understand? But keep going.
That it might be deep and great.
Right. He says, see unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. Keep going.
Verse 4. But put the entrance where were never and like a river. Verse 5. Who then could go into the sea and look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad?
Right. Like if you think about a narrow pathway, get into a city and going through the ocean, a long bridge, like even going in the Bay Area, the San Mateo Bridge, one of the longest bridges in the country. You going through a narrow road to get to the wide city on the other side. You understand? How can you get to this wide city unless you go through this narrow pathway? Keep going.
Verse 6. There was also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things.
This is the kingdom of heaven. This is the place that we're getting closer to. These are the things that the prophet, this is what Ezra is asking about. Lord, how long we're going to have to deal with Sanya Massey getting destroyed like an animal? How long we're going to have to deal with ICE agents arresting our people and murdering our people? You understand? I saw the ICE agents chasing like a 12-year-old boy in the snow and putting him on the ground. You understand? How long we have to deal with this? Keep going. This is the answer the angel gave to him. Keep going.
Verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water.
This is heavy and this is very spiritual. Like to get to this city, to get to the kingdom of heaven, it's a narrow pathway. On one side is deep waters. You're going to drown if you go in there. On the other side is fire if you fall over here. It just reminds me almost like a video game. You know what I mean? Them old 1980s, 90s video games. You stay on this pathway, you can get to the other side, but it's not hard. It's not easy to stay on that path. And if you fall a little bit here, you go over here, it's going to be a fire. It's going to be a thing swinging down and boom, still full of fire. You go over here, you got to stand on this little thing, and if you slip, you're going to go into the water. Keep going.
Verse 8. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be but one man go there at once.
Right. Like you can't have two people walking next to each other to get down. It's that small. You know what I mean? Those bridges you see that they hang over in the jungles and stuff. Like you only can walk down this bridge one at a time to get to the other side. All right, keep going.
Verse 9.
Uh-huh.
If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Right. If the kingdom of heaven was made for this one man, for these children of Israel, and he can never go and pass this test or make it through this danger, how is he ever going to receive this inheritance? He's going to stay on the other side of this great gift. Keep going.
Verse 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
Right. The way that this analogy is set up is the same way that it relates to us. The way that we're going to gain this kingdom is going to have to go through this narrow passageway to get to what was given to us. Keep going. It doesn't say every nation. You understand? It doesn't say the nation of Esau or the nation of Elam or the nation of Moab. This portion is for the children of Israel. Keep going.
I'm gone. Verse 11. Because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statute, then was decreed that now is done.
Then the things that we're seeing, us losing that what do they call it? That garden, you know what I mean? Paradise on earth, heaven on earth. We don't have to work and till the ground. That glorious life that was given to Adam was taken away from us in that moment. All right, keep going.
Gone. Verse 12. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of peril and very painful. Verse 13. For the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure.
Good night. The entrances to this great life were easy when we didn't transgress the law. But once we went against the Lord, it became hard to get back to where we were supposed to be. Keep going.
And brought immortal fruit. Immortal fruit. Verse 14. And if then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. Verse 15. Now therefore, why disquietest thou thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? And why art thou moved, thereas thou art but mortal?
Right. You know what I mean? Now therefore, why disquietest thou thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? And why art thou moved, whereas thou art but mortal? Keep going.
Verse 16. Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than which is present?
Right. The angel is asking him, like, why are you focused on the situation that we're in right now and not focusing on these things that have been promised to come, that we will gain this kingdom? So Ezra, you a prophet, you supposed to know that, yeah, this part is bad, but we're the Lord's chosen. You said it yourself. You know that we look at these other nations like a drop of the bucket. This time for us to gain this kingdom is going to come. Keep going.
Verse 17. Then answered I and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things. but that the ungodly should perish.
Right, and this is a thing you'll get a lot of time with weak people. They ask, how can God be real if there's so much pain and suffering in the earth? How can God be real? I don't want to serve a God that'll let these things happen to little kids and kids starve. Why didn't you stop serving the goddamn white man that is killing the people in the earth? That's making the children starve. That's making the gang members join gangs and sell drugs. Why don't you fight against him? Stop blaming the Lord for the white man being the goddamn devil. Stop blaming the Lord for your cousin to choose to join a gang and get high. Stop blaming the Lord for your mother being a whore. You understand? How about you hold these people accountable for the things that they're doing? Because the Lord is showing you what to do and what not to do to have a better life. The brothers in the truth are showing you what to do and what not to do in order to fix your family. We have the answers to the problems in our community, but these same people that will fight against the Lord for letting evil happen in the earth will not fight against themselves to stop the evil that they're doing in the earth and being a part of the problem. Keep going.
Verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for why. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the why.
Right. So the ones that are doing the righteous things, they're seeing the evil part of this world. The ones that have done wicked things, they're seeing the great parts of this world. But guess what? The ones that are doing righteous things now will be great in the kingdom of heaven. The ones that are doing evil things now will not see the kingdom or will be least in the kingdom of heaven. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 19. And he said unto me, there is no judge above God.
There is no judge above the Most High. Read.
And none that have understanding above the highest.
I was going to drop down, but this is so heavy. We want to just keep reading through. This might be the one and only thing. Let's keep going, man. It's a lot of heavy
Verse
stuff.
20. For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of God that is set before them.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 21. For the Most High have given straight commandment to such as came, that they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
Right. We telling you, the Lord said, thou shalt not kill. Lil Durk heard that commandment. He still did it. And now he's in federal penitentiary. It's very simple. You see what I'm saying? You made it out of the hood. You got millions of dollars. You can support your family. Follow this rule right here, and you will be able to ride off in the sunset. You don't give a damn about these things, and you don't give a damn about what the Lord wants, and then you end up in this messed up situation. The Lord gave you the ways to avoid the punishment. Keep going.
Verse 22.
Yeah, read a little bit faster. Let's keep going.
Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him,
right?
But spake against him and imagined vain things.
Right. They didn't listen to the Lord and they imagined vain things. He started putting on dashikis and turbans and wanted to worship Islam. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 23. And deceived themselves by their wicked deeds.
Right.
And said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways.
Right. You deceive yourself because you made a nice song with J. Cole. All my life, now take me down. All my life. Them niggas not trying to stop you. You trying to stop yourself. The FBI can't set you up. Nigga, you set you up. You didn't have to do that. You understand? They can't lock you up for no reason. Now, they do lock niggas up for no reason. But for the most part, if you got $1 million, you know what I'm saying? He ain't going down for no $20 a week like the brother in Louisiana. they had to find some things on him to get on him for him to do this. You know what I'm saying? Right. And if he would have moved right, then he wouldn't be in this situation. You know what I mean? Right. They think the Lord doesn't see these things. You know what I mean? He and this is how we get behind these people like Diddy and him. We free him and stop this from happening when the Lord is using the oppressor to punish him, because he gonna kill more of the Lord's chosen people if he stay out free. Durgan's gonna put out more hits on niggas, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? We still might do a song with her. He get out. He that have an ear, let him hear. They didn't like that about Sexy Red. They're like, yeah, you can't. Hey, she's a whore. She's wrong, but she makes some good songs. You know what I'm saying? I listen to Sugar Free. I don't agree with pimping. I talk about pimping all the time. Hey, you shouldn't be a pimp, but he got some good songs. You know what I'm saying? Lil Durk shouldn't be knocking our people down. But if he try to do a song with Captain the Cod, we might have to go viral. Like it. I digress. Let's keep going.
Like it. Verse 25. And therefore, Esdras, for the empty are empty. For the empty are empty things, and for the full are full things.
Keep going.
Verse 26. Behold, the time shall come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass. And the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen.
Right.
That now is withdrawn from the earth.
Right.
Verse 27. And whosoever is delivered from the foresaid evils shall see my wonders.
Right. Whoever is delivered from the evils that come with this war, the evils that come with serving the Lord, the evils that come from just being in this world, they're going to see the wonders and the greatness that the Lord has for the children of Israel. Keep reading.
Verse 28. For my son Yahushua shall be revealed with those that be with him, that they that remain shall rejoice within 400 years. Verse 29. After these years shall my son Christ die, and all men that have life. Verse 30. And the world shall be turned into the old silence 7 days, as like the former judgments, so that no man shall remain.
Right. Okay. Now hold on. Now we're gonna drop that. Let's drop down for a little bit and go ahead. But these prophecies are before Yahushua Mashiach. These things was revealed to Ezra before Christ was around. You understand? Let's see though. Anything else? There's a lot in here. Just want to get to the part where we are at. It's done. The significance of that water. Can anybody tell me the significance of the water on one side and the fire on the other side? What?
So, like, sir, can I
Take a shot?
ask?
Okay.
So, like, sir, does it mean the iniquity that's in the earth is the significance of the drowning in, or being burnt with fire? Is it the iniquity that's in the earth being falling into those things?
Not quite. Got it?
I was gonna say, does it have something to do with Christ's baptism?
Not quite. Yeah, I'll give it to y'all for time. Unless the sister wants to take a shot at it. Okay. You said live. Go ahead. You got one more?
Question, can I get a breakdown of the narrow passageway? Like what exactly, going back to that, like
that's a good question.
Of that,
Okay.
Help me understand the significance.
All right. I'm gonna pull a precept for you And that's a good question. Let's see. Give me Matthew 7 and 13. Read. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Yep. Matthew 7 and 13. I think this is.
Oh God, book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there which go in thereat.
Mm-hmm. So enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. What does that mean? You got it, Azor?
Meaning narrow is like it's a straight path. It's hard to get through this passage. Everybody is not going to go through this passage where you have this big passage where everybody goes through it, and then on that other side is pretty much just destruction. You're going to pretty much perish and die within your sin.
All right, get him in. All right, exactly. Now you said it. Now bring it all the way home. That to me, that reminds me of that past. You ever seen those videos? I mean, those pictures where it say the road less traveled. You know what I mean? This one over here, everybody goes down there. No one wants to go down that lonely road. Wide is this pathway over here, and it said it leads to sin. So what does that mean? The other path is.
You got to fight the sin.
Okay.
So like the straight way is the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's it right there. You know what I mean? That's what it's talking about with Ezra. You see what I'm saying? You have to follow the laws of God in order to make it down this pathway. And it's not something that you can do with everybody. That's why it says that everyone shall work out their own salvation. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of times we'll get into arguments, no shot against the sisters out there online or in the room, but oftentimes women are known a little bit more in a situation, but brothers can do it too. But sisters, definitely, we hear about this accountability thing where it's like, you did this and you did that and you doing this and you doing that. But no one is looking and seeing, what did I do? What did I say? What am I doing? Because at the end of the day, those are the things you can control. That's your power, is controlling yourself. And if you are focused on those things, then whether someone does something right or wrong against you, it shouldn't change your behavior against them. This is what Christ died for, because someone did kill Little Dirk's cousin. Someone did kill King Von. And if he focused on that, he is going to go and kill Lil Tim and whoever the hell else related to whatever you know what I'm saying? He is going to get somebody else's cousin killed and somebody else's father and somebody else's brother to get payback for what was wrong was done to him, now realizing now he's doing an evil thing against them. When the thing is, if he focuses on what he's doing and making sure what he's doing is right, then he knows that he is not going to bring that pain to someone else, and that he is going to let the Lord deal with the people that killed his brother. You understand? If your husband or man has done an evil against you, why don't you let the Lord deal with him? Why don't you let the priests and prophets deal with him? Why do you have to do something to make it right? Brothers, the same thing. Why do you have to make this brother be angry the way he made you be angry? Why do you got to make this brother feel the pain that he made you feel? Somebody's going to have to do what? Turn the other cheek. You understand? Let something go, even right or wrong, to forgive your enemies. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you make it down this straight gate. You know what I mean? It's focusing on what you're doing by yourself and making sure you're right and not worrying about what's going on, because the Lord's not going to say, hey, well, I know I'm a drug addict, but my father was a drug addict. I know I'm an alcoholic and I beat my wife, but that's all I seen growing up. The Lord ain't taking that testimony, Christian. The Lord ain't taking that testimony. Well, I was abused as a kid. Now that's why I'm on OnlyFans. Bitch, you should not be doing that. You're going to have to account for this. This is a narrow pathway. Yes, that happened to you. Yes, it was horrible. But we're going to have to start looking and seeing the things that happened to us, especially brothers and sisters that made it in truth. Everything that happened in your life is what led you to get here. And you understand? And you should, I'm going to say appreciate, that's not the word I want to use, but you should understand that the Lord allowed these things to happen to get you into that sanctuary, to get you in this pathway, into this kingdom. You know what I mean? And so that can help growing and healing with things that we grew up with as well, because it could have been nice and sweet and peachy for you, and you ended up as a doctor and lawyer at Harvard, but a destroyed drug. You know what I mean? Like, you could be doing well in this kingdom, but the Lord looks at you as an evil bastard, versus doing bad in this kingdom, but you're doing great in the next. Slack it. But anything else? Read verse 14. I think we're reading 14.
So,
And then we done right here.
verse 14. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way, which leadeth into life, and few there be that find it.
Right. So Christ is telling us the same thing that we're finding out in Ezra, that this is a narrow pathway, and there's, when you go wide, that's all the other ways you can sin. You know what I mean? It's so many different ways to choose how to become an evil bastard. You can be an anime center in the world. You can be a drug dealing center. You can be a horror center. You can be an abortion center. You can be whatever you want to do. Esau and this kingdom are offering you ways to not serve the Lord. You can be a Buddhist center. You can be a Muslim center. You can be an atheist. All of these different ways, they're giving you so many options to choose, but none of them are going to fix you or your people. But following that straight way makes it hard. So that's why coming into UPK is supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to be something you are not accustomed to, because that's how the Lord has always taught the children of Israel. Right. But on the left side and on the right side, the left is the water because the flood of Noah. And the right side is the fires because of the nuclear war that is coming. You know what I'm saying? So it's symbolic of those things that the Lord used to destroy the earth, and we making it to the other side. You know what I mean? But all of those things was brought out. For time's sake, we're going to clip this class right now. But let's stay on this narrow pathway. You know what I mean? And let's keep fighting. Commander Johanna said the other day, make sure we have our integrity when no one is watching. Those are the things that matter. Those are the things that count. Those are the things that the Lord sees. It's not what we do for the sight of man. It's not for the long phylacteries, as it says, that your garments that these fake ass Israelites have on, and the tzitzits and their goddamn fringes on their shirts, but to go home and got child porn that the dude was sending in Sakari. Y'all heard about that? Right. Child porn sending in Sakari, cuckolds, gay friends, beating their wives, and now sleeping with a golden retriever. The dude in Sakari was letting the dog do things you shouldn't even let a woman do. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. He is putting, I'm done. I'm done. I don't even want to repeat these things. Like Commander Hannah, when I really understand more and more as I grow in the truth. Like when that thing happened with Sakari, we say this all the time. Like when we look at fake Israelites, we like, damn, we know what they doing over there. We know the sins you're doing because you're not in the truth. It just can't go together. You can't not be in the truth and then live righteous life. As a Christian, the Christian church, you can't be You know what I'm saying? Doing all this evil like that man that we met today. He can't be out here playing the damn keyboard and not living in sin. When you want to continue in sin and grow in sin, you're going to go in a Christian church. It feeds those demons. So he is being taken away by demons tonight, thinking he's serving the Lord, playing the piano today. Those cats in the fake Israelite groups, and the last thing, sir, if I may, is like when Sakari came out being a cuckold, he was like, even that was like, we didn't see that coming. You know what I'm saying? Like to call yourself a Hebrew Israelite and think you can do these things at the same time, it's almost like, how did that happen? You know what I mean? How the hell are you learning about the laws of God and letting the dog lick your balls? How are you learning about Yahweh Shai Mashiach speaking Lashawan Kodash, saying Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Barakatah, Kwam Yashala, and you going home recording the goddamn golden retriever licking your asshole on tape? I'll sway. You understand? Even the heathens are not doing these vile things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what they like. Come on, man. Don't let Adam 22 be better than you. Don't let, you know what I'm saying? Ron Jeremy, he like, that's disgusting. Porn stars are like, I fucked 1,000 men last week, but there's something wrong with you.
Right.
You're disgusting. I would never dog a golden retriever, and you're trying to walk amongst us. We say we are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group.
Right.
And if I find out any of you brothers, not in this room, anybody that has stepped foot in a class or put on a garment or gone to a Passover, I might lose my rank. That's all I'm gonna say. Salakia. All right, go ahead, sir, please, if I may. Salakia.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, I see how like they don't want to join the UPK because we like strict.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you gotta be strict, you know what I mean? Like, I see why they don't want to take orders. I see why they don't want to put on all black.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's discipline.
Right.
They can't do that because they getting, 8 out of 5 dogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they want to continue in that sin. They
Sheesh.
want to continue doing what the hell they want to do. You know what I mean?
Man.
Now I know why they don't want to join the UPK.
Right.
They want to be a cut. You know what I mean? That's what they want to do.
I don't even know if we clap it up for that. Mosaic Christ, you gotta drop the mic on that. But yeah, Console, what you're saying is so heavy, and this is now it's like we don't want them to be. If you're offended in these things, Most High in Christ, if you offended that General Mahyman, they didn't come in our school because General Mahyman said hypothetically Will Smith should sleep with Jada Pinkett or whatever. Chris Tucker should sleep with Jada Pinkett to teach a lesson, but you're not offended that he is actually getting cuckolded by his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like those same cats spoke against us because we didn't speak against REI when he passed away. They said, mother REI. You know what I mean? Y'all evil. Commander Johanna is evil because he wanted to honor his father that taught him this truth. You know what I'm saying? While they go home and do these things, man. Shame on them. Yeah, I'm gonna end on that note. You know what I mean? Unless anybody got any other dog stories I want to bring out, I haven't heard about this week. What they doing? Could you imagine? I'm gonna leave on this one. Could you imagine what's going on in the IUIC? This is the things that we're talking about. We don't have to see that. They are up in the bar. Sakari is up in the bar. They are really proving that the disgusting thing that's going on IUIC is beyond what the only next level is like literal child molestation in more homicides. I don't know what else. They already admit they rape women in purple. Yeah, they just animals is next. Goldfish beware of a purple nigga near you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna stand in front of that pet store and block them niggas from going in there. All right. With that, I'm gonna say shalom. We're in this class. All right. What's the pet store called?